everybody, it's the coach. Welcome you to another installment of Madden Ultimate Team. There's been a lot of talk leading up to this matchup, and it's finally here. But can it live up to all the hype?
The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. This fielded right at the goal line. And takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. Bringing him out is the pride of North Dakota State. Now in his 7th NFL season, Carson Wentz. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Second down, and back they go to Sanders. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. To throw is Wentz. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Sanders. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 11 yards there, just like last play.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
On 1st down, Wentz. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. They'll go again with Sanders. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they come up now 2nd and goal. Wentz now to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. A first carry for a Miami native. This is Dalvin Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. A nice effort and an even nicer stop for Gritty Pay.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins open here, Adam Thielen. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Cousins now. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Got a man, it's Tristan Jackson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Again, it's Cousins. It's caught, Smith. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Throwing, Cousins. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a tick under a minute to go before half. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. That's the Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor doing what he does best.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Fourth down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph for Minnesota. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Wentz. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that poster out there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing is Wentz. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Wentz gonna throw. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Cousins. They'll check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Cousins. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. 2nd down, and back they go to Sanders. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Another run here with Sanders. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll go down at the 28. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that plan any down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's going to get this down near the 25. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Wentz. It's caught by Davis. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Viking 16. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run. Back now in Miami, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Wentz. Got a man, it's Johnson, end zone. Touchdown, Miami. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Dolphins have broken It's deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth. Well, this has obviously been a game dominated by the defense, but finally, at long last, we have action on the scoreboard.
I love the tone of your voice there. At long last, finally we see things happen, right? And it took 3 quarters and then some before we got these first points. So that could very well turn out to be the game winner. Now they get to go to the bench and support their defense and hope they can hold those other guys at bay.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So Cousins and the Vikings down 7-0. A little under 2.5 to go. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line. If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save?
Yes.
That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins, quick slant here to Smith. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Here's Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Cousins able to find Jefferson here, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now Cousins. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr., 26 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, I mean, both offenses have clearly struggled throughout, so kind of fitting that it's another big defensive play that yields points here in the late going.
Yeah, really, both of these defenses have been up to the task throughout this game, and we haven't seen much in terms of offensive creativity or results. And there, not only does the defense force a turnover, but they have the presence of mind to take it back for 6 points.
Takes it at the 7. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So now it's the Dolphins' turn, trailing by a touchdown. A little over a minute to go. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Connecting with Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now Wentz. Open man downfield is Davis. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Wentz. This one caught by Kittle. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win.
Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done? When they threw it downfield and pounded it into the end zone, as a former defender, I can tell you, it's just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe call is to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Not enough for all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Miami set to take over. All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
2nd down, and back they go to Sanders. Fights through it. 105 yards rushing for him now as he's just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Sanders. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now a carry for Sanders. And he'll have a Dolphins 1st down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. They go with the ground game, pick up the 1st, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone, right? You don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
They're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 10 more there and another 1st down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
2nd down, and back they go to Sanders. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up. Throwing now is Wentz. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and a game winner in OT. So the game-winning touchdown came through the air in overtime. 4 quarters wasn't enough. We were treated to a really good one, weren't we, Parker?
That we were, and I just love being able to be witness to a game like this all the way through. Who's going to win it? Oh, what? We're getting overtime? Great for us. A lot of tension on the field, very tough. Not a surprise it ended with a passing touchdown. That's the way we play in the NFL. But the execution was pretty darn good.
McPherson on for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Gabriel Davis. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Cousins. This is Smith with a grab. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. First down. Here's Cousins. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Lawrence Taylor picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Throwing is Cousins. It's caught on the right side at Smith. On the move past the 40. Look at the big man rumble. Touchdown, Vikings. Oh, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Second down, and back they go to Sanders. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 158 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Wentz now on first down. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play calling to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light still on for him.
Second down, and back they go to Sanders. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Miami first down and a 14-yard pickup.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Into the red zone. Wentz. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Well, right now, every little bit of yardage helps. So they're obviously well within his range. It's just about keeping the football and getting in the right spot.
Know your kicker. Get, as you mentioned, get it to the right spot, the place that he wants to kick it from. And if you do decide to throw the football, it either goes to your team or no one. It's the only kind of throw you make.
So the OT clock hits 0, and we're still not done. We'll switch sides and need at least one more OT to decide it after this. Wentz now to throw. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and a game winner in OT. So the game-winning touchdown came through the air in overtime. 4 quarters wasn't enough. We were treated to a really good one, weren't we, partner?
That we were, and I just love being able to be witness to a game like this all the way through. Who's going to win it? Oh, what, we're getting overtime? Great for us. A lot of tension on the field, very tough. Not surprised it ended with a passing touchdown. That's the way we play in the NFL. But the execution was pretty darn good.
So it's a win for the Dolphins here. And the guy leading the way, CD, their quarterback, Carson Wentz.
Yeah, he was just on target all afternoon with 3 touchdown passes. They couldn't find a way to stop him, and ultimately, he guided them to victory.